fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight it's RGR Racing and their truck series, the ACS Phoenix 125, brought to you by Affordable Construction Specialists. Go check them out for all your construction needs. I'm Dean Doucette. He's Baron Labosco. We're down in Phoenix here tonight, Baron.
Yeah, so Rattlesnake Hill and all kinds of different turns and different bankings. Dean, this is one unique son of a gun, and these drivers have got their hands full tonight. It's going to be a good effort.
They do. I love this track. A bit of a driver's track, like you said, unique. You got the dog leg. You got various different corners, a pinched corner, a bit of a wider corner. Going to be interesting to see here if some lines open up here tonight, Baron.
It sure will, and we noticed previous races, previous series, there's several grooves on the track. It's whichever one makes your truck the fastest tonight. That's going to be real helpful when the long run comes.
Yeah, it will be. There's no doubt. And we look in on our unofficial championship standings. You got Adam Newton, who won last week. It's a great finish there at Talladega. He takes that win and, of course, extends his point lead over a teammate, Bernard Person. You got Lance Ripka in third, Gay and Jackson fourth and fifth. It's Williams, Hun, Mankowski, Olson, and Ratliff in your top 10.
Interesting race at Talladega last week. Watched a little bit of it. A hell of a job by Adam Newton. Really putting a stamp on this season as the two truck looks to be the one to beat.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he is the truck to beat right now. He's put himself in that position. That's the Bulldog out there, and he's looking to take some more bites out of people here tonight.
Well, and this is a good track for it. So this is going to be a blend of different properties from each driver, right? We got all those unique turns. You talked about it in the beginning, and some guys will be real good at a couple and not good at the last one, or real good at one and not good at the last couple. Guys are going to have to figure it out tonight, and as you said, driver's track tonight. I think this plays into some of our championship contenders' hands.
Yeah, it certainly does. Right now, though, before we start it off, let's get everybody to rise up for the singing of the national anthem by Alicia Shipman.
Oh, son, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, all set and ready for action here in the Phoenix 125. We look in on tonight's starting grid here. It's going to be George Leal on the pole, and Leal has been hot across both series lately, getting some serious speed. Pace car is already in. We're going to have to skip this grid process as they're coming down the straightaway, ready to start this thing off here.
Well, George Leal on the pole, and Darren Bruce right behind him. Paul K. Travis, Adam Newton, Bernard Person, Mike McLaughlin, Matthew Semple, Cale Seaman, Jason Jackson, and Greg Ratliff roll off in the top 10.
Beautiful coverage there. So Leal and Bruce head on down. Leal with a good start on the inside, but Bruce picking up momentum already, and that familiar number 2 right behind him.
This track will get single file pretty quickly here, Dean. Guys will motor down to the bottom there. Some guy, whoa, big wiggle there out of George Leal there. I think it was all kinds of wobbly.
Yeah, and they look to be almost 3 wide there momentarily. You see this gaggle of cars here. It's getting nutty. I mean, Phoenix early on, Baron, open dog leg. Cars are everywhere. They have an open dog leg. They're actually not running it as an open dog leg, though.
So, yeah, you can't miss that Adam Newton truck right there, that pretty machine. Because he's already on the hunt here looking for second place. But you'll see guys using different lines. You'll see some with shallow entries. You'll see some with late entry. You'll see some with high lines. It's an entirely different beast here at Phoenix, and everybody's got their own way around.
They do, and you just seen, wow, we're under caution here. It's Mike Brown, and he is around in the 54 machine. So Brown with early trouble.
Interesting.
Let's get a look, see what happened here. There's a 54. He had to kind of get off of someone there, and he tries to cut it back down, and he just breaks away.
Yeah, he's loose. Self-spun it.
So tough break there. Early caution. We'll re-rack him here and reset him. Now, it can always fray the nerves, Baron. A little early caution. You know, nobody likes it. Lap 4. What's going to happen up here? What have guys already picked up on here? And will they try something a little more daring here?
You know, for me, Dean, when we got a quick caution like this, it's almost like we hit the reset button, and I got a better feel of what's going on around me, who's around me, you know. So when we hit the reset button this early, it's pretty easy for me as a driver to get back into the rhythm and then kind of continue on from where I left off. It's also a place where guys might figure out they can pick up a position or two. So watch for some guys for some early passes.
All right, well, that's a good point here. We'll have a look and see who's been passing. Not much going on. Newton and Bruce, of course, picked up one. Bruce at the front. Seaman and Ratliff have picked up a spot. And Ripka and Corey Leal have picked up a spot. A little further back, you got James Abear has picked up 4 already. Gay is back here. He's got a couple. And Williams and Whiting are also on the move. You know, Phoenix, Baron, I absolutely love this track. You got to roll those corners, you know, and you come down into what is turn 1 now. And, you know, I like to drift it up. I think most do. It's almost like a diamond there. And there's a little trick down in there. You know, I tell a lot of people about what I consider to be a little trick with the throttle. You can really get the car to turn with the throttle down there.
I never was able to get my hands around this track, Dean. I'd have to take your word for it. You know, top 10 for me is like winning the damn thing.
Well, that's it's hit and miss for a lot of drivers, and it can be hit and miss for me as well. Still a favorite, though. All these beautiful cars out here. Nice field here tonight. 29 cars, trucks, I should say, taken to Phoenix here. Now, you been down to Phoenix, Baron?
I have. Once upon a time, I was a front tire changer for a late model team. We ran Phoenix, so yeah. Good times. Beautiful track. It was new then.
So we got Brig Jones out here rooting on Semple. Let's get a look in on Semple. Matthew Semple in 9th position here right now. So we'll keep an eye on Semple and see how he does tonight. So far, so good, Baron, starting in the top 10.
Yeah, and starting in the top 10, you know, is optimistic. You know, we want to move forward here, so keep an eye on that 18 truck. Let's see if he's got a little something for the leaders tonight.
Well, he's got Coors Light on the truck. Nothing wrong with that.
Good start. Yep.
All right. Pace truck is about to come in, and they got the long wait here at Phoenix down to the start finish.
I need somebody to run me a Jack Daniels scheme in here some night just to make me happy and reminisce of the good days.
You know, I sell sponsorship on my car, Baron.
I'm happy to partner up with Jack Daniels, and we'll just hand out samples at the track team.
I will go down there with a little tray and hand out samples. I can't tell you that they'll all be full still, but...
One for you, two for me.
That's correct, sir. Here we go. Bruce and Leal, Newton and Travis.
Green, green, green.
Down and away, and he always looks like it's a slow start. Just the way the gearing is here and where they start here at Phoenix. Newton aggressive on the bottom, going to take that spot. He's going to go right ahead and look for the lead. Wow, not quite enough.
Big Bernard to the 15 coming out of that turn, so it was a good job by Darren Bruce, keep him at bay. The challenge isn't over yet, Dean.
Bernard Person out here with the Klondike machine. He's already on the move down low as well. Good track for Bernie. He can roll these corners with the best of them.
What would you do for a Klondike bar, Dean?
Just about anything right now, Baron. I would really love one.
No sponsor on the Cale Seaman machine on the 66. Just a red old truck out there turning laps. I love it.
Well, I like that a lot too, because if you ain't getting paid, don't run none.
That's right. So, Cale Seaman, looking for sponsors for all of you overly rich people out there. Go ahead and sponsor up the 66 machine. He needs some paint on that truck.
I like the way you phrase that. Overly rich. Not just rich, but overly rich.
I think go ahead and sponsor a virtual race car driver. You got extra money.
You absolutely do. And I love the people who do it. They make this whole sport flourish.
They sure do.
Olsen, 3 wide. Wow, cut in front of Corey Leal there. There's probably more room than it looked like. Back up front, Bruce starting to fend off Newton and pull away a little bit. Leal in 3rd. Travis has settled into 4th. Bernard Person into 5th. It's Seaman, Ratliff, McMillan, Semple high up the track here through the corner, and he's got Ripka on him. Ripka, always dangerous.
Semple had fast lap there on the field just a minute ago, so we got done talking with him. First time the booth jinx worked the other way.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's riding a little higher line here, Baron, and I seen that out of McMillan a little earlier on too. So apparently there could be some different lines here tonight. Get some cameras going for you here, Baron.
I love it. Love seeing these trucks steam on by here.
Really gives you a sense of the speed. I mean, these guys are really moving.
Love it.
It's almost frightening. So all status quo, the top 5 starting to get away a little bit. Greg Ratliff back in 6th. Now Ratliff's a guy, Baron, that you got to keep an eye on. He's always there at the end.
Every turn, Greg Ratliff knows what he's doing with this truck, knows where to put it, knows how to get it there. And if he's on your back bumper, there are a few things you'd rather have back there.
So all these guys settle in. We look a little further back around 17th, even 15th. You got Williams and Olsen going at it. Olsen down on the low side here in the He Hut machine. Claus Williams on the high side. Behind them, it's Corey Leal and Dibble going at it. Leal's got position on the bottom.
Yeah, so Olsen, having a decent night here. Claus seemingly in the back third of the field here. Claus has won some races tonight. He's back after Olsen again. Think he's putting a little possum?
Always playing the possum out here. Whoa, Dibble with a move there. George Dibble in the McDonald's. Whoa, in the move, he pushes up in the center. Wow, contact, sparks fly. Both trucks seem okay.
Hashtag overdrive.
And now he's got a really bad angle coming into this corner. He holds it down there, though. Way up the track goes Gilly in the 19, that Kailu glass machine.
Strong field tonight, Dean. Someone like Todd Gilly really's got his work cut out for him now. If he wants to make his way to the front, he's going to use some pit strategy tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, most definitely. You're going to see that here tonight. You expect a caution or two. Maybe there won't be. But either way, pit strategy is going to come in. And we're in that area where we're looking right now, in this 20 and beyond area. And they're racing hard here, trying to get track position. But they're going to have to think about pit strategy. There's no doubt about it, Baron. Yeah,
and I think they're all thinking that right now because, the leaders don't change much. Back here, married in traffic, guys are doing everything they can to advance their position, but it is hard to come out here and select the trucks, Dean.
Yeah, it really is difficult. You see the 91 of Thomas Wolf here. Didn't get a lot of airtime in that prime machine there. So Wolf looking good out here. I mean, he's back in 18th right now, but he's cleared this group and he's got fresh track. I like that, Baron.
Absolutely. Put yourself in the pocket, creep on up to the guy in front of you, and see if you can't make another pass.
Back up front, Bruce still leading. Newton second. Leal right there. So George Leal hanging tough here. He was on the point. Lost a couple of spots, but he has not lost this race by any means. Right in it. Paul K. Travis doing a nice job as well. As these guys at this point seem fairly evenly matched. And I got to tell you, Baron, I've been on this track chasing some really good drivers that I've rode with in the past. And you can ride 50, 60, 70 laps behind them and just cannot get around.
And it's frustrating, right, Dean? I mean, it's absolutely frustrating. But that's the nature of the beast here. Phoenix is a fickle track, and guys, like I said, have good turns and they have bad, and every 10th matters.
Yeah, and it is extremely frustrating. You think you're faster, but you're never quite sure if you are, as we hop on board with Cale Seaman here. So Cale doing a nice job, and I like what he's doing there down on that yellow line. I mean, it just bodes well for a long-term car, Baron. If you can roll that bottom and kind of hang there a little longer than most and come out a little later, that tire wear should pay off a little later on.
Well, I hope so, right? Tire wear being a function of input here, and some guys are really, really good at it, Dean. I'm not one of them. And then some guys, get that short run speed and pass as many as they can and hold on for dear life later on.
And is that more like you, Baron?
Yeah, it can be. Depends on the track. This one, for sure. This one's, my arch enemy.
All right, Ripka back in 9th. Semple 10th now. And how about Jason Jackson? Now, Jason having a good season here. But, he's in top 5, I think, in the points. So back here in 11th. He's got to be thinking about it. Now, Baron, it's real early. Lap 25, 125. I mean, we thinking about splitting this thing. We're thinking about, trying to get to 63, 64.
Who knows? We've seen guys try to split them up in the past. We've seen guys try to go long. And really what you end up with is a hodgepodge of, basically who's faster. I'm always a proponent of coming in early and having them chase me with the fresh tires. I get the lap advantage, and then they got to make it up. So, some guys have that opinion. We've seen Jason Spear in the past. He will go long on it, and it's won him a race or two. So keep an eye on that 83 machine tonight.
Yeah, look for him right about now to start moving forward. And you can see the way he's hugging that line down there, saving that stuff, being gentle with that car. He will move forward at some point tonight. Back up front, status quo still. It's still Bruce, Newton, and Leal with Paul K right in the mix. I mean, let's hop on board with Newton here and see what we can see.
Looks like he's just pacing the 15 right now, doesn't it?
I mean, it does, but this is kind of what Phoenix looks like. I mean, you can drive your tail off and literally stay this car length behind the entire lap. Just, you gain here, lose there, and there you go. There's another car length again. It always seems to be like this. Both guys doing a nice job here. We'll take one more lap here. I like to almost hit the wall there, Baron, so they're entering a little later than I would.
Yeah, I like what Newton does here. You've heard us talk about it before. Keeping that headlight out there. That headlight helps with a little bit of downforce, and these trucks love downforce. So he's getting a little bit of aero downforce on the front of this truck by keeping it outside the draft lane of that 15 in front of him.
Well, I like what he did in that corner there, and he probably knows because I talk about it all the time, and that's kind of drive it into the center, stall it out almost, and then you kind of hammer the gas. That car will jump left, and I've seen his do it there. It gives you that straight angle off, Baron, and it's real nice to get some speed off there, especially as the run goes along. Guys will slow down trying to run that yellow line and stuff, and you get that better angle, and you should be able to get them coming down into corner 3 here.
Now, George Leal is right on the back bumper of that 2 machine, and George he hasn't gone anywhere. He's right there in the tracks of the 2 and the 15. Nobody getting away from these 2. But George could be somebody we talk about before this evening's over.
Oh, we'll talk about him now and later. He's proven he's one of the guys now. So the George Leal, he probably always was, but I mean, he's really getting recognition now. The 97 is not to be discounted.
32 laps in the event, and these tires are just about starting to feel funky on these guys. So you're going to see some comers and goers now, Dean. You'll see some passing going on now before pit stops start to happen, which we should expect inside about, 10 laps?
I'm not really sure. I mean, traditionally at Phoenix, you can run quite a few laps. Now, these guys running 75% fuel, so you're probably right. I'm thinking it's probably a 2-stop, but don't be surprised, Baron, if someone can make it 63 laps. And caution will come out.
And all that mix I was just talking about, throw it out the window. Scott Olson involved in it.
Oh, and the He-Hut machine is heavily damaged. Let's get a look in on it here, see what happened with Scott. 61 down on the inside here. And he just loses that rear end ever so slightly. And that catches the Coors Light machine. Trying to see who's in that. I can't remember already, Baron. I'm getting old.
We both are, Dean. Can't keep that title to yourself.
It's just me, Baron. You're young. Here we go. Guys coming in. You would think it's the whole field, and it certainly looks like it is. One thing I did notice, Baron, to interrupt here, that Jason Spear has moved up to 11th heading into pit road here.
Yep. He's on his move. Yep. But now we can take all that mess we were talking about, pit stops, throw it out the window. It's now officially a 2-stop race.
Yeah, absolutely. So that changes it up a bit too. Your tire savers will put the floor, put that pedal to the floor here, and we'll see what they got. Wait for the exit of pit road here. Leo, the lefts go up. Bruce is already down and away. And shockingly, Bruce wins the battle off of pit road. That's sarcasm, folks, for those who don't recognize it.
That's a lot of syllables.
George Leal come out in second, so good job by him. He gets by Newton on pit road here. And, you know, I like to, who knows, that might have been on purpose. I'll do that at some pits. I'll sit there and wait to be third, Baron, and hope and pray I wasn't stupid enough to fall to fourth.
Right. Well, it's a strategy you can play, but I don't know. Phoenix may not be the place all the time where you need to have that, in your hip pocket.
Yeah, well, I probably shouldn't be playing with it, but I'm just saying, a lot of people like myself do not like starting second. The visuals are hard, and you often get passed by the third place car, so one way to avoid that is, just start as the third place car.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of beautiful cars out under the lights here at Phoenix tonight in the ACS Phoenix 125. Pace truck off. We're ready to go rolling one more time. You see George Leal got that ACS sponsor on the truck. Always love to see that.
Anybody running wind tunnel tonight?
Oh, there's probably some out there somewhere. If they want airtime, they will, Baron. Bruce down and away. Newton right on his bumper, but Leal, a good job on the high side. He's going to try and hold him off and can't, so Newton will come on through. And he's looking for the lead. He is not messing around here. But Bruce holds him off with a good drive off the corner.
He got those Dr. Feelgoods on his truck now. He's trying to get all he can get. So these guys back here, Dean.
Yeah, big battles all around. Spear down on the low side. Right behind him, you got Klaus Williams and Thomas Wolf in there. Looks like Mike McMillan's in this mix, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure is. James Abear on the move. Yep. 12 spots now into the 15th spot.
Good racing back here. Person in a fight with, it looks like the 88 of Paul K. Travis. So Person trying to use those new tires as Bruce sets the fastest lap of the race up front.
That's ominous for the rest of the field when your leader is that quick.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and Newton just set his best lap, so those two absolutely flying. Looks like they got someone right in front of them there, Baron. I'm not sure. Is that Semple? That is Matthew Semple. Yep, we got fans rooting for him out here. Matthew trying to hang on to the lead lap. He's going to move to the high side and let our leaders go on by. So Matthew in a little bit of trouble here. We got caution. It's Tony Ratliff around.
One truck involved there, the 6 machine.
Yeah, and you see that around here. Guys getting loose off of 4. Here we go. The 6. We're off of 2 now. It used to be 4. And there she goes. It's a simple, slow spin. That's the helpless spin, Baron.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it. Once she goes, she's gone. Tony just along for the ride at that point.
I mean, what do you do? What's the real car etiquette? Hands across the chest, Baron?
Yeah, well, you check up, counter steer. If you can't make it, hold on. Get those back tires to get that truck straightened out. If you can't do it, you're fixing damage.
So Ratliff will hit pit road. We'll throw up our pit board here and just see. I can't imagine who else would come in this early in the race. I mean, this early since the last caution, I should say. Let's take a look in on our big movers here, Baron. You got Greg Ratliff, shocking development. The 5, always on the move. He's picked up a few. Ripka, another champion, has picked up 4 spots. Claus Williams picked up 6. Thomas Wolf up 4. And James Abear and Eric Whiting up 13 spots apiece.
Big movers there in the back of the field. They're not done. A lot of racing left here. If they keep picking them up and putting them down, Dean, put those 2 boys up in the top 5.
Yeah, well, this is what you like, right, Baron? I mean, caution-wise, people don't like cautions, but if you're at the back and you're racing hard, you got, 10, 20 good laps on those tires, you're picking up 3, 4 spots, and a caution comes out, that's okay. Let's cool the tires down, take another run, get another 3 or 4. So watch Abear and Whiting here. I think, they're on the move, and this kind of benefits them, I think.
Yeah, as long as, the leaders don't get too crazy and start dicing it up, you'll see these guys methodically move through the field, and that'll be interesting for, the back half of that field. Now we're getting set to re-rack them again here, Dean. The pace truck's got the field. We'll get them side by side on this next lap and see if Newton can't move himself out of second.
Absolutely. Newton's been in second for the majority of this race, and he's gonna, him, he wants to win. I mean, all these guys at the front are looking to win. They're not looking for points. They're not looking to hang out where they are. They want to make the move. I mean, you've seen Newton try on these restarts. Looking at Paul K. Travis there in the 88 machine, another ACS truck. Sitting in 4th. He's been there virtually all night long. Let's go on board, should we, with Mike McMillan for this restart here.
Oh, yeah.
You see what you're dealing with when you're in the truck here. It's not easy, folks. Here we go. Green flag down and away. We ride with Mike McMillan. Up front, Bruce looks like he's fine.
Yep, through the gears. McMillan, little lazy on the restart there. He's letting that truck get out in front of him. So.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little tentative, but that's to be expected. Mike's a long, late race thinker. He's not interested in really doing battle here on these restarts.
Right, and middle of the field, you want to make sure the guy in front of you is off to a clean start before you start getting racy, because if they check up unexpectedly, you don't see it, you're in the middle of it.
Seaman trying to get underneath a Ripka here. Jason Spear right there, so Spear's come a long way. I think he faded back early, perhaps saving. He's done saving, and he's starting to move. Good drive on the high side there. He's going to fight Seaman. That's a battle for 8th position.
Seaman's been on the move here, Dean. He's crept up, each segment a little further each time. I like what I'm seeing out of the 66.
Yeah, he's really rolling the bottom well. You watch him, he's right there, almost hitting the wall. That's what I like. That's how I like to take that corner. He gets really low. Now, those guys on the high side, they may get a drive off here and there on you, but in the long term, that will be a successful move for the 66.
He knows it, Dean. He's put Jason Spear up on that high side, and now he falls in line. So Good job by Spear holding him off.
Yeah, oh, no doubt. Jason Spear is showing, we talk about a lot this season, he is not just a tire saver, a long-run guy. He has got speed, and when he wants to, he can put it down, and he wants to right now, so here he comes. Up front, Bruce leading, status quo. You can restart him as much as you want. These top 5 will not be broken up as of yet. Ratliff back in 6th. Ripka now in 7th. There's Spear and Seaman. Klaus Williams doing battle with Thomas Wolf.
Almost single file now throughout the field, Dean. These first tires not coming to life like we had hoped they would.
Definitely not. So everybody in line, Seaman looking to make a move. He's trying to get back on Spear here. That's interesting. Spear got by him once. Seaman puts him back under pressure. And that's what I talked about. On the long term, the low side will prevail. And Seaman continues to pound that yellow line.
Looking for some drive off here so he can put that 83 in his rearview mirror. Just not getting enough. Is Jason stubborn on the outside, coming back?
I love it, though. The patience, Baron, it's needed here. You can't pass a guy in one corner. You got to take a few laps, many laps sometimes to get it done. Seaman is doing a lot right here.
Appears he's making the track work for him right now as he's running that low line. He's not getting the drive off he wants, and here's Spear. Might clear him again. He probably could have, but Seaman's on the low line again, so...
I mean, it's a good battle. Repeat, yeah, these guys are really going at it. They're kind of wearing each other out a little bit. Seaman a little harder.
On here. Yeah, a lot of respect going on here. Looks like he's clear of him now, though, Dina.
I love it. Love it. The patience. He perseveres for now, anyway. Look for Spear to take a run back at him soon.
No change up front, though.
No change up front. Let's look a little further back. You got Whiting. He's up 10 and 19th, and he just clipped the wall there. He's our big mover. Or no, Abear, a little further up, the 25. He's up to 13th now, so he's really been moving.
Yeah, he sure has a fast truck right there. James Abear looking to get to the front and in a hurry.
He's got that Memory Express truck going there. Not sure if that's a Canadian thing only or not, but I'm familiar with it, Baron.
Well, that's good. All of our Canadian friends. How about that?
Absolutely. If you pay money, folks, I will sing the Canadian National Anthem.
And that's PayPal to @DeanDoucette.
That is correct. And I'll let you know if you paid enough or not.
We need a GoFundMe to hear Dean sing the national anthem on this broadcast.
I think it'd be worth it, personally.
I agree. I totally agree. I would pay folding money for that.
So Ratliff and Person here starting to fight for 5th. So Person's kind of fallen back off this group a little bit. And we've seen a little, Bernie up high there, and we've seen this out of the 8 truck here. Now, I'll tell you some little inside information on Bernie. He does not enjoy these really tight setups that can tend to happen in fixed racing. Give him a loose race car where he can roll the bottom, and he's a happy man.
I'm with Bernie on that, boy.
He'll get the hang of it, though. He's down there nice on the line that time through.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the tight stuff, so, yeah.
Well, Baron, I like them tight myself.
Don't we all, Dean? Don't we all?
Oh, to be young again. So Abear continuing his march into 13th there. A little wiggle out of that machine. He looks strong here. Let's hop on board with him. See there, the car looks a little free for him, and I don't know if that's because of how he's driving it or what.
Well, we've seen some, slow, lazy spins here, so loose coming out, but that's mostly right foot related.
So nothing too grandiose here. Right in front of him, Jason Jackson patiently driving around here in 12th. There's a look in on Fred Lester back in 20th place. So Lester has shown flashes here and there. He's got Gilly right behind him.
Don't talk much about Fred. He runs a nice, solid race. He's rarely in any trouble or rarely gets himself into trouble, I should say. And just solid race car driver right there.
He is, and a solid person too. Fred's someone you want on the track with you, Baron. There's Gilly up on the high side underneath him. Here comes Ricky Williams. So Ricky Williams looking to pick up a spot. Gilly drifted way up the track. Tony Ratliff, we had a spin earlier on. He's in the mix there. And there's the 48. That's James Ledford. So Gilly on the high side there, hemorrhaging some spots. Up front, Bruce Layden, Newton in second, Leo third, Paul Kay there in fourth. Bernard Person continues to hold off a couple other drivers. That's Ratliff and Ripka right there. Yeah, you don't want to have Ratliff and Ripka in your mirror, do you, Baron?
I'm afraid not, Dean. That is not something you want on a daily basis, not at all.
Greg showing him the nose. Bernie gives him the inside here. But I'm not sure he can get it done down there right now.
Well, Bernie's going to play hard to get out here as he runs the high side and gets that big run off.
Yeah, Ratliff trying to drive it in a little bit. Can't do it. Bernie circling the high side. You'll see that down in 1 and 2 there. That high side will get better and better. That time Ratliff drives it in deep, drifts up the track, almost gets into him. So Ratliff starting to lose his patience here. He thinks he's faster, but he just can't get it done. This is the frustration of Phoenix.
And that big checkup gave Bernie a little breathing room there. So let's reset it and see if he can do it again.
You can see everybody basically single file here. And this is kind of what you'll see here. We're on lap 67 at 125. We just passed the halfway marker in the ACS Phoenix 125.
Yeah, and 67 laps means, that they're going to be creeping up on 70, 75, maybe close to 80 laps. We'll start seeing pit stops here, Dean, as they split this thing into thirds.
Dean Greer there watching on Facebook. Like to see that, Dean. Always nice to have you around. And I love your name, by the way.
Greer, yeah, very good name.
Greer, solid family name, yeah. You see now our top three just edging out. And they got to say, Bruce and Newton, they've been up here a lot. Leo is now, like I keep saying, he is them. He's one of them, and he is not letting them get away.
No, but you can see this is starting to even out. Little gap, even gap between first and second to third here. And that's indicative the tires are starting to equalize. Guys are going to have to start searching for grip.
Yeah, definitely a change in the track conditions and the truck conditions. You look in on our pit board, pit stops were on lap 35 for everybody, I believe. So, we got a ways to go here. But, actually 35. So we're looking at not long here, Baron, actually.
No, like I said, 75, 80, I think you're going to start seeing trucks show up.
Well, it's interesting. Are we looking at, to split it up, so 35, You know, you got 90, 45, 80 would be the halfway mark. I mean, what do you like, Baron? I mean, like I need to ask, I know you like short pit over long pit.
Yeah, it's to me, it's you're controlling your own destiny. In other words, you're not reacting to somebody else's decision. I prefer that kind of racing for myself. But other guys, monkey see, monkey do. They'll all come down. So I like to be the one that sets it and then try to outrun them from there.
Yeah, always a solid strategy. I mean, it's better to be chased than be the chaser. There's no doubt about that. Right
well,
now,
and truthfully, too, if you do what the other guys are doing, you're only going to finish where the other guys are finishing.
well, now you sound like me. You follow the leader, you're going to follow the leader, right?
Every time. Every time.
So these three very evenly matched. Paul K. Travis in the pocket here, and whoa! That's a little unpocket-like there.
Oosh.
You like to be in this area alone so you can just kind of smooth everything out. But I think Paul K is still thinking, I want to get up here and run him down. He might be overdriving that sucker just a little bit, Baron.
A little bit. Yep, a little bit.
You see, Ratliff and Ripka did get around Person. There's Person, and he's being hunted now by Seaman and Wolf. How about Thomas Wolf? I love to see this. Up 8 spots. Great night for Thomas.
Solid run by Thomas Wolf. We talked about it earlier in that 91 machine. He and Aber were doing battle. Looks like he separated himself from the 25 machine. But Aber up now 15 spots into 12th.
Now, I'm not sure what the prime is on there, and that's my bad. I can't see in the reading on the hood. But, you know, we might start calling him prime time here if he's racing at night like this. Seaman, solid run. He's got Person in front of him. There's Spear lingering in 10th with Klaus Williams. And then Aber now up 15 spots. So the 25 continuing his march. Top 3 cars walking away here. 2-second lead over Paul K. Travis. Looks like Leal starting to just fall off a little bit from these two, but doing a great job. Pit stops are imminent, folks.
And Newton knows it, man. He is back up to that bumper, hounding him pretty closely now.
Yeah, let's go on board with George Leal here. We'll just look ahead to this battle, and Leal closes right back in. So just when I thought maybe he was falling off, he says, "Oh no, I can hear you, Dean. I'm just hanging out." And that's kind of what you do when you're in third here, isn't it, Baron? I mean, you just hang out.
Well, you're waiting to see what these two are doing. And these two are deciding whether or not they want to battle for that lead.
So Newton down there low. That's the way I like to enter that corner, down low. Goes up high. Leal a little loose there, a little shake and bake. And Bruce looks like he's peeling off. So Bruce, first man in. That'll make you happy, Baron. I mean, the leader, first one in.
Should be making Darren happy, too.
Yeah, he says track position's too important. I'm not giving it up for nobody. Spear comes in. He's looking to pick some up. You got Seaman in, McMillan, and Spear all in. Daryl Spear, that is. We look in on Newton, and we look for him to come in this time by. Here he comes, wrapping it around the low side.
Yeah,
wow, and that's too fast, Baron. That has got to be a penalty.
That was... He either got in great or we're going to see him at the back.
So George Leal, Travis, Ripka, the whole field, or a ton of them, are coming in. Greg Ratliff assumes the lead here.
Point.
Point? Oh, a point for leading the lap, correct.
Yep.
So Ratliff comes in. Well, he comes in kind of hot, too. Maybe that line's a little further back. It'd be interesting to see if Newton is still on pit road, and he is. So we'll just sit here for a second and see who leaves pit road. I think Newton's well done in service. He has got a penalty, Baron. That is bad news. You see the two just sitting there.
Dang it.
So that did look aggressive and hot. Bruce comes off of pit road with a mighty big gap to the guys who are around him. Gay, currently your leader. Bruce is looking to unlap himself, so William Gay holding the lead and holding that whole field a lap down, begging the gods up there to give him a caution.
Better come quick. Here comes the 15.
I mean, you can get a couple of cars by you, but yeah, it would be nice if you got them all a lap down.
That's what William Gay's trying to do here, and you know, we've seen crazier strategies, but William Gay is like, look, I'll just pin you all a lap down and be done with it.
So Bruce goes on by. He unlaps himself. Of course, Lester and Ware still out here. They're there battling. Or that's Lester, and I think that's Leal coming underneath him. You got Michael Ware right here up on the high side in the 75 running the Reese's Pieces machine. So a lot of these guys staying out here long, Baron, and you're thinking this is a mistake. I mean, most of them we're all well back. I mean, they're all showing up around up 20 spots right now.
It's the roll of the dice, Dean. You know, if you can catch that caution, you've done yourself a favor. But the field, for the most part, is on and off pit road. They've got service, and they're turning laps. It'll be a second to a second and a half faster than these trucks with older tires.
All right, so. Oh, and Mike Brown, something's happened. Oh, he's on pit road. Okay, he's all right. Looked like there was a possible incident there. Gay, your new race leader. Lester, Michael Ware, Ledford, and they got all the fresh tires around them. So the possibilities of a caution are actually quite high right now, Baron.
I'm like you. I like my whiskey double tall with a little bit of coke in it.
Okay. Interesting take here. And caution comes out just as predicted.
There it is. Some happy drivers and some really upset ones on the
track
right now.
Boy, are there some happy ones. Gay, Lester, Ware, Ledford. Wow. And it was Matthew Semple who brings out this yellow. Let's get a look in on it. This is going to flip this race on its head. So Semple all alone, hits the yellow line. You can see the wiggle, another wiggle, and bam, there she goes. So slow, easy spin is going to, I don't know, flip the field as everybody hits pit road here. Gaze in, Lester, Ware, Ledford, Williams, Whiting, and Dibble, they all win this roll of the dice.
Yeah, well, they're the only ones left on the lead lap now. So Darren Bruce get the dog, and the rest of them are going to have to settle for the waiver round, so they'll be on old tires against these front 10 that are on new tires.
Well, Bruce had already unlapped himself, so Bruce will be the leader. But there are a lot of guys who got caught in trouble here, so we're going to see how this shakes out. There's Gay coming, I think coming off of pit road. He's got Lester with him. This is interesting. Looks like Thomas Wolfe behind the car. All of these cars, Ripka, Spear, Travis, Williams, Person, they're all going to be looking for waiver rounds.
Crazy stuff.
George Leal in. That's interesting. Ricky Williams in.
Crazy stuff indeed.
Well. Going to be coming up on lap 90 of 125. A race to the end. It's going to get nutty. Bruce in prime position to take this victory. But don't count out these guys who just got tires like Gay. You know, Lester, Ledford, all of them. This is going to be something. dare I say, it's going to get really, really racy out there, Baron.
Well, we hope so.
You see Thomas Wolfe still waiting for his wave around here. Him and Ripka, Spear, I mean, Aber, McMillan, Jackson, Hun, Gillies in there, all looking for wave rounds.
That's a lot of waving. Wave to the crowd.
I mean, it's, you know, it's not quite a reach around, Baron, but
Dang. I started talking about whiskey. You started talking about reach arounds.
well, you know, every time you say whiskey, I drink. I'm getting a little crazy here.
Well, that's going to be my job tomorrow night, Dean. I promise it'll happen.
Well, Friday night special, folks. You want to find Baron wherever he is, it's sure to be a good time.
I'll be at the Ruth Chris in Indianapolis.
Well, there you have it, folks. Head on over, say Wind Tunnel TV sent you.
And then I'll buy you a drink.
All right, you heard it, folks.
Absolutely.
So there they go, wave rounds engaged. And that's a lot of wave rounds, Baron. I don't know last time I seen this many cars scooting around the track.
Well, it doesn't happen too often, Dean, especially happen to perfection the way this one did. But these guys now catch up to the tail end of the field. A lot of work for these guys to do now if they're going to get back to the lead.
And we got to look in on this car here. We get in the chopper cam, perhaps. Something going on the roof of that car. We got a bit of a paint problem. Mr. Newton experiencing some computer difficulties, Baron, and apparently it's messed up his beautiful paint scheme a little bit too. And we're going green while they go waving around. Here we go, Bruce up front. Now, he's got a couple lap older tires, maybe 3 or 4 even. Gay and Lester up there. Bruce has got to hang on here for dear life until these tires heat up. Gay, you can see he's got some power here.
Yeah, all he needs is a lane.
Yellow flag is out.
Hello, shockingly, you get a restart. This is what happens. Ricky Williams is around. Looks like Michael Ware might have been involved too. So Ricky down low side. We end up three wide. Leal in the middle. He's wobbling around a bit, and he gets into him. And he's wrecked as well. So Leal gets a bad piece of that. And you see him there with the 75 of Michael Ware involved as well.
Cautions breed cautions, Dean.
Well, they do, especially with the wave rounds, the different tires. It's going to be tough now. I mean, you got a lot of guys up here who really weren't. So up 24 spots is William Gay. Up 20 spots is Lester. Whiting's up 23. You got Ledford and Dibble up a bunch. Ware's up a bunch. Now they're all up here, with fresh rubber and bright eyes. And then you've got some of our leaders mired back in the field, looking to make their way through. Like Person's now in 15th, Paul Kay in 13th. These were guys up front. Leal's in 7th. He's not in horrible shape, although I think he got a piece of that last wreck somehow. I don't see any damage, though. It might have been my drinking problem again, Baron.
That's all right. Just a little rub on the left side of that 97 machine. It'll be fine.
Well, I was scared where you were going there. Rubbing on the left side. I wasn't sure, Baron.
All the way around.
So Bruce continues to lead. So Bruce, it was very beneficial for him to get past that lead car when he went in and pitted, right? It was just a lap or two prior to this caution. He unlapped himself, and boy, oh boy, did that help him.
Yeah, sure did. And now what he's got to do is what he's done all night, drive fast laps and keep the rest behind him.
Yeah, I mean, Gay up here, he's looking racy, and he's got fresher rubber. Watch out. Let's check in on our pit board. So about 8 laps fresher minus some caution laps. I'm going to say, 5 laps fresher effectively, Baron. That's Canadian math again.
Well, let's see here. We're going to get about 30 to go, and we take the green flag.
Yes, sir. 30 to go, and one more. Probably exactly 30 to go with the green flag. You got a couple of the United Motorsports guys up here, and Dibble and Whiting looking good. Lester in third, Ledford fourth, Michael Ware in eighth, Wolf's in 10th. So a lot of guys looking for a big finish here. Check in on old YouTube land. You know, you got Brig, Ronnie's out here rooting on Jason Spear. And you got Mike. He's got George Leal.
I like that. Just one name, Mike. Shout out to Mike.
Mike. You think it's Big Mike?
I don't know. It doesn't say that. It just says Mike.
Fair enough.
Be like Mike.
All right, Darren Bruce leading them down. Gay on the outside. It's Lester and Ledford in row 2. This caution gave me a chance to pour another drink, Baron.
I love where your head's at tonight, Dean Doucette. You are on the roll. Just call him Bubba.
Here we go. Big checkup on the high side. Everybody getting out of control back here, but they save it. Klaus Williams gets beat up a little bit. Up front, Bruce trying to hold off a hard charging Lester. He sends it in and goes high. McMillan.
Guess what, Dean? There's another caution.
Yeah, McMillan and Gilly were involved. Let's get a look at it here. The 80 on the high side here. Oh, big check up. He checks up. Corey Leal gets him. More checking up. They get together. All kinds of carnage. Two guys doing nothing wrong get bound up in this.
Took about half a lap to wreck there, didn't it?
Well, this is... I mean, Phoenix is tough on restarts here. Gilly gonna limp around here and perhaps go in looking for some service. Maybe some ice cream, Baron. I could use some ice cream. How about a Klondike bar?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Baron, I'm telling you. I mean, I don't do anything funky, but most anything else is on the table right now. So pit stops. You got Seaman coming in. That's interesting. Leal, Corey, that is. Michael Ware. Mike Brown's in. McMillan, of course, in. Give me some unhappy campers down there. Now, in all your years of camping, Baron, have you ever seen an unhappy camper?
You know, depends if it's raining or not. There's always that one guy who's like, I'm sleeping outside, then it rains on him.
Absolutely. There goes Newton. He's back in this thing, so Newton getting the lucky dog. That's it. The Bulldog barking again. Something off with that paint tonight. I'm not sure what it is, but...
I don't know what you mean.
Well, the top of the car, the two's covered up. The front end looks like a little spillage there, a little leakage of paint. Not sure if you got a different truck and threw it on. I don't know. It could be just me, Baron. You know, the Canadian whiskey will hit you hard.
But it's good.
It is. It's like our beer. You know, it's not like that watered down stuff you get in the States.
Yeah, but who drinks it for the taste?
Well, it doesn't matter about the taste. We're talking alcohol content here, Baron. We have more alcohol in our beer than you do.
Oh, is that right?
That is correct, sir.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know, but I'm sticking with it because it was a thing in 1987.
You're going deep into the mountains now, boy.
I'm telling you, we used to come up here and we'd have people over from the States, and they come up here thinking they were going to drink with the Canadians, and it just never worked out for them, Baron.
I remember we used to go and across the Canadian border, and we'd stop at a place and get Molson Brador, and that had a ton of alcohol in it, but it was also like chugging syrup.
Well, you just said it's not about the taste. Yeah, Brador, that's a bit of, isn't that a dark beer?
It is. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
That'll
they
put
can
some
be
weight on you.
They can be quite full.
Yep. You get about 3 or 4 in those, and you've changed your life for the better.
That's correct, sir. I go back to the day of the stubby bottles, Baron.
I think they came in stubbies. Yeah, if I remember right. Wow, you're taking me way back.
I mean, if you wanted to build a table out of empties, you'd have to get a lot because they were short little cases.
Yeah.
Here we go, folks. Bruce, Lester, Gay, Ledford, Dibble, George Leal, Whiting, Ratliff, Ripka, and Person in your top 10. This caution is a good break for some people like Newton, who's now 25th, but on the lead lap. Bruce leads him down.
Green, green, green.
Down and away. Good launch from Bruce that time. He's learned something. He's gone.
Yep, he's absolutely found something there.
Behind him, it's 2 by 2. Whoa, Lester way up the track. It's going to be 3 wide. Down the middle shoots Ledford. What a move by the 48. And they're, I think, reckon, no, a big save. No. Still carnage. Dibble. Wow.
Trucks everywhere.
Dibble tried to hang on to that. That was some kind of bunking Bronco he was riding there. Let's get a look in on it. We're going to hop on board with them for this fun. I might have been a little too late here. Let's get a better look at this here. You see there a little rub and the fast hands, more hands, maybe too much hands, Baron. Looks like A-Bear was involved in that as well.
Not much he could do there.
That's unfortunate. He was having a good run. So 23 to go. Bruce still leading. And from what we just seen from that restart, he's happy to have more cautions and just kick these restarts.
So all he's going to need to do is get a decent restart. He'll win this thing.
Thinking about food again, Baron. Where's the McDonald's machine? I want to look at it.
Just turn, grab that little glass you got in front of you with all that sweet goodness in it. Tip it to your lips. You'll forget about the food.
Okay, from your lips to my mouth. Cheers, my friends.
Salud. I love it. We're going to get Dean drunk on the air.
Why not?
One more caution, we're going to complete the trip.
Not sure who got the wave around there. I seen someone. That was Daryl Spear coming around. Good looking car there. I like that. Spear Motorsports vehicle. Kind of a unique color scheme there. I think I like it, Baron.
Dean?
Oh boy. Yes, Baron. Baron.
What do lawyers wear to court?
Something with a suit. You know that.
Lawsuits! Yes, sir. We have arrived. Try the veal. Tip your waitress.
Yes, tip your waitress by all means. So who we got here? 21 to go. I'm going to give you a bunch of drivers here, and you pick who's going to finish higher. Gay, Ledford, Lester, and we'll go back further to Whiting and Wolf. Who's going to have the highest finish?
The 44 William Gay will finish in second place behind the 15 of Darren Bruce.
Wow. Getting the crystal ball out. That is bold. An exactor. You want to get that in down at the office right now.
I have completed the, I don't believe in Ouija's, but I'll get everything else going on there. I am picking the 44 to finish behind the 15, to finish in front of the 48 of James Ledford.
All right. Lefford looked racy there. He got it 3 wide down the middle. I don't know if he put it there. It was kind of forced there, but he made it work. And he's looking good here. And we often talk about that, guys who get a chance up at the front later in races, you know, they may have started at the back, doesn't mean they're slow. And you give them, you know, a chance to win a race, and they got speed.
Pace truck off.
Indeed it is. The 15, Darren Bruce, will lead them down. He's pushing up a little bit. I like that from Bruce, trying to cycle it down a little bit. Another great launch by him.
Yeah, ran it down the hill again and put the 3 behind him to sort it out.
Gay trying to hold on. He does. He's going to come down in front of Ledford. Lester rocking the high side. Big run, big crossover by the 78. Here comes Fred.
Fred Lester showing some speed and tenacity here, folks.
He definitely is. He is done playing nice. The 78 trying to get something done. Ledford holds him off. Up front, Bruce walking away a little bit. Gay with fresher rubber. Looks like something happened to Spear. Got shuffled a little bit. Might be just heavy traffic here. A lot of movement in these spots up here. Heavy competition.
Yeah, looking for that big run, hoping to make a pass here as he moves down the straightaway.
Darren Bruce just set the fastest lap of the race, folks. Your leader out there laying it down.
He don't want any part of this, does he?
He does not want to be involved here. I don't blame him. This is some hardcore racing.
These guys back here cannibalizing each other, fighting for every inch they can get.
Heavy action on the track. Gilly right up by the camera. Ooh, that looked like Mankowski hitting the wall there.
Walker on the wall there.
Beautiful sight out there. See, that's Wolf down on the inside, up high, Whiting. There's a battle for 8th position here.
Whiting coming from deep in the field, up 21 spots. Hell of a run.
Yeah, hell of a job by the 13, and United Motorsports was having a nice night. Dibble's night got ended prematurely there, but he was having a hell of a time. Here comes Spear into the mix along with Ripka. 14 to go for your race leader, Darren Bruce. Being chased by William Gay. They have walked away from Ledford. Lester now got George Leal coming on the inside along with Greg Ratliff. So watch those two. They're running out of laps, though.
For leaving the bottom line open for anybody who wants to try to take it, because he's getting this huge run off the top side.
I missed that. Who was that, Baron?
Ledford.
Yeah, Ledford's doing a great job, so let's just take a look in on him. Sitting all alone in 3rd place here.
Sorry, I was talking about Fred Lester. I take it back. Lester, Ledford.
Yeah, no, you're right about Lester, and I'm glad you corrected it. Lester's been doing a whale of a job, and he's been on the high side virtually every time I've looked at him, so he's loving it. You see him there rolling on Leal. Leal cuts in front of him. He got that spot. Lester checks up a bit. Paul Kay going to be on him now, so it's not where he wants to be. He likes the high side. Paul Kay slings it around the high side.
Close quarters racing there.
Ratliff moves Wolf out of the way and says, give me some room here. Excuse me, pardon me.
Coming up on 10 to go, Dean, top 3 unchanged.
Yeah, don't look for a lot of change at the front. Ratliff here trying to work on Lester. Right there, Thomas, Wolf behind them. Big battles. Spear leading the pack. You got Whiting in there. Hund. Haven't even mentioned Austin Hund tonight. That's who I seen the wall. I often get that truck mixed up with Mankowski. Don't know why exactly, but Austin Hund up 8 spots. Very, very quiet night for him.
Yeah, both good-looking trucks.
So Lester trying to hold these guys off, but just can't quite do it. Wolf bringing the prime machine into the prime time. He's up 10 spots right now. Bruce. Now Gay closing in. So does Gay have something? Are those fresher tires coming in here with 8 to go? Can William Gay get up here and take the lead away?
Gay running a little bit higher line there to help himself out here. Try to get some run down that backstretch.
Yeah, get some run, get some draft. 44 closing in. Last time by, though, it was still Bruce fastest. I mean, Greg Ratliff was the fastest in the field the last lap. Looks to stabilized here. Back in the battle, you got Ledford, George Leal coming back here. And I think he might have fresher tires. He had a late pit stop there. So the 97 looking to make up ground, but it's getting tough for him. Paul Kay hanging in the top 5. Ratliff right there. Wolf, Lester. Lester still in front of Ripka and Spear. Behind them, big battles here. I mean, look at this gaggle of cars back here.
That is what you call a mess, Dean.
Little wiggle, that looked like, well, I'm not sure who that was, to be honest. This Klaus Williams down there on the bottom.
There's Adam Newton trying to recover from pit strategy gone awry.
Yeah, Newton trying to make something happen. He's riding with Person. They go 3 wide with Whiting on the high side. Newton powering down on the inside. Person back on the high side.
4 to go here.
Whiting still rocking the high line. That's an interesting line. He's making it work here.
Right, we saw guys are going to run the high and the low line. Let's see if they can make their truck just that much faster.
So these battles back here for about 13th position. Oh, into the middle goes Bernard Person. And he's been there, I mean, because Whiting keeps going so high. He's so hard to beat off the corner, though. But nothing happening there. 3 to go for your race leader, Darren Bruce. He's checked out, folks. The 15 can be dominant at times, and he is right now. Gay in second. Ledford still holding third. Great job by them. I think the exactor is going to pay off for you here, Baron.
Yeah, the 48 showing his hand a little bit here as he got a little pressure from Leal, but drove straight away from him.
White flag for Mr. Bruce at the line. So the 15 with 1 lap remaining in the ACS Phoenix 125. Ledford with a late move, seeing if he can't pick up on Gay here. Person has wrecked. I'm not sure what happened to Person. Stopped on the track up front. It's all Darren Bruce. He's going to be your winner here in the ACS Phoenix 125. William Gay going to come home in second with Ledford in third. George Leal, Paul K. Travis, Ratliff, Wolf, Lester, Ripken, and Spear, your top 10.
Great run by the 15 machine. Once again, Darren Bruce putting the rest of the field on notice that he can be the man to beat this year.
Absolutely. Can be, probably is. I mean, Newton, the points leader, finishes in 12th, so that's going to shake it up just a little bit. Darren Bruce, so what a show by him. I mean, we don't give him enough love on these broadcasts because he's leading a lot, Baron, and, you know, often we like to cover the heavier battles, but the 15, man, he deserves his due.
Sure does. Dominant effort from Darren tonight. He came from back in the field, got up front, and never turned it back over again.
Let's take a look in a little update of our championship unofficial standings here. Newton will lose a little, perhaps on his lead. Maybe he stay about the same. Gay moves up 2 spots into second. Ripka down 1, Person down 1. Ratliff up 5 spots here into 5th. You got Hund, Williams, Spear, Leal, and Jackson. Jackson, not the night he wanted. He drops 5 spots. And Lefford, with a great finish, picks up 9 spots, Baron.
Big job, big win, good finish. Gotta love it. He's very, very happy. We're going to get to talk to him, aren't we?
We are going to talk to James Ledford tonight, and that'll be a great thing. And we'll take a short break, and we'll get right to Mr. Ledford.
So here we go for round 2. Can we throw 2 hours and 40 minutes onto the clock? They'll crest the hill, they'll dive down into the S's. 4 wins in 4 races for the Apex Racing team.
All right, back here at Phoenix. Bruce still sitting there. I think he's already drinking inside of that car, Brian.
Why not? Dominant run. Get yourself a little something cold and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
You think he's got an ashtray and a lighter in that thing?
Whatever makes you tick.
Back in the day, they used to have those once upon a time on a few vehicles, a select few indeed, Baron. Right now, let's bring in Mr. James Ledford, our 3rd place finisher here tonight, up 13 spots. Great job, James. Congratulations on a fantastic finish.
Thanks. I was really lucky on that caution there.
Well, no doubt, the luck of the draw, and you stayed out. A lot of guys had to take wave rounds, a benefit. But, once you get some track position, maybe not qualifying up front, but front row speed, right, during the race. So you get up there, and you were not deterred. You were challenged, and you ran hard and ran these guys off. Talk a little bit about the fight you had there towards the end.
Yeah, I was driving hard. I figured out how to drive here at the end of the race, it seemed like, because I wasn't that fast early in the race. I got a good rhythm going and putting down good lap times.
Absolutely. And, you had a good rhythm going, but at one point, the rhythm might have been broken, but it didn't matter. You were 3 wide down the middle. Tell us a little bit about that action, James.
Yeah, I forget who it was. They went real high, so I had to take it through the middle to make a pass there, take advantage of that.
Always nerve-wracking. You handled it great. You got up there. Man, I mean, you got to be thrilled about this. What's leading you here to get to find speed at Phoenix? Did you just enjoy the track here tonight?
I didn't think I was that good here, but it was basically that caution that when I stayed out, because the previous race, I had pitted and then the caution came out 1 lap later. So this race, I was just figuring, since I'm already far in the back, I'm just going to stay out as long as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about it pre-race. It's always a big deal here, right? To have your strategy correct. You got it correct tonight. Now, maybe this will springboard you in. We've seen some good speed at you a few tracks. How are you feeling going forward? Are you looking forward to next week?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
All right. Well, James, congratulations again on third. You got any shouts? Anybody you want to thank? You go right ahead, my friend.
Shout out to the league for putting on these races. It's a good group of guys that races in these races. Always a lot of fun.
Absolutely, it is. Baron, that was James Leverett in the 48, finishing third place here tonight.
Hell of an effort by James tonight, and I'm proud to be here with our second place finisher in the number 44 truck, William Gay. William, congratulations on the second place finish tonight.
I appreciate it, Baron.
Hell of a night you had. You were the Pied Piper. You led the field to extend your run and bury the rest of them under that yellow flag. You had to be excited once you saw that happen.
Yeah, man, I gambled. I stayed out. I started 25th, and I didn't qualify. I started in the back, and I worked my way up to I think 17th or something like that. And when everybody started pitting, I just gambled and stayed out, and it paid off because the caution came out with me in the lead.
So after that caution happens, you've got control of the field, but you see Darren Bruce in your rearview mirror. Darren and you have a nice little battle going on. Did you let him go, or did you figure that might have been to that?
No, man, he got by me right before the caution. So when he came around, he didn't pit. He stayed out. I pitted, got fresh tires, come out in second place. But we had a good battle there. A couple times I got to him, but I really used my stuff up trying to get by him. So I just backed off and settled for second.
Moved up in the point standings tonight, William. You're in second place solidly, not that far behind the two truck. The name is Adam Newton. Thank you very much.
The Bulldog.
Yeah, the Bulldog. So tonight, it was a good run for you. Who do you got to thank for your efforts this evening?
Man, I just thank the league. This league is hard. I mean, it's very competitive. I came in this league coming from open setups and hadn't really raced fixed setups. So coming in this league and racing with these guys, they're fast, and a lot of them are willing to help. And so I just have to give a shout out to the league, the admins, for the good job they do putting on a good show here.
Well, Dean, that is second place finisher William Gay and the number 44 truck.
Yeah, good night for William. But is another guy down here who had a great night. That's a 15, Mr. Darren Bruce down in Victory Lane. Congratulations, Darren.
All right, thank you, Dean.
Wow, Darren, an interesting night. I mean, you got out here, you got the lead right off the get-go and held that for the early portion of the race. How was the truck feeling?
I felt pretty good. This was a really good fixed setup that they had. It turned really good. It was really good for a fixed setup. It felt really good.
Yeah, always nice when you get a little bit, of a turning car, a little loose car. So you rock that out there. Now we get to the later part of the race and caution comes out. Fortunately for you, you had just unlapped yourself. How big was that, Darren?
That was huge. That was huge in itself. But what kind of got me behind the 8 ball there was the next caution come out. I didn't pit. I had to kind of stay out to keep my position, so I wound up with a bunch of guys stacked up behind me with newer tires.
Yeah, they did have newer tires, and at one point early, well, 2 points really. It looked like at the beginning of the first restart, you thought, oh boy, William Gay's got some speed here. And then after you got away a little bit, he ran you back down there. Were you thinking you might be cooked?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was really nervous. I was really doubtful. You know how the newness on the new tires kind of wears off after a while. You lose the advantage after 15 laps or so. And I thought if I could just hold him back there till the new tires wear down, maybe I can hold him off. And I think that's what happened. I think he burning stuff up trying to catch me.
Well, Darren, you did. You held them all off. You performed admirably. It was a heck of a race to watch from your perspective there. Great job tonight on getting the win. The floor is yours, brother. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out my Spear teammates. A couple of them had a rough night tonight. Gotten some stuff that wasn't they're doing. Lost Mike and Scott, and I think Jason got into something, and Daryl. I think Bernie, he might have did. I don't know how Bernie did, but I think my teammates Adam, he got the speeding penalty, and that kind of screwed him up. I think he would have been, he good chance he'd have got me there at the end. But I want to thank you guys. Thank our sponsors. I always want to thank my wife for doing this and say hey to the grandkids.
All right. The wife and grandkids, most important on that list, Baron.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, and you wouldn't even know it by the way he drives. That's an old man right there with grandkids.
That's right. That's right.
Sorry, Darren. Got to poke fun where it's available. Sometimes the meatball gets tossed up. You got to hit it out the park.
That's right. Well, Darren hit it out of the park here tonight. I mean, getting out here, really dominating. And let's bring up the points one more time here, Baron. And just have a look at where Darren's at here in them. I think Darren, he probably missed a couple races, so he's back here in 18th. He'll be have to win them all, maybe, Baron, to get up here and challenge, and he's capable of it.
Well, if he keeps this up, the rest of the field's in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely they are, and we're going to see how much trouble they get in. That's next Thursday, 9:10 p.m. It's RGR Racing and their truck series, the ACS Truck Series. Make sure you check out that affordable construction specialist. But for myself, Dean Doucette, and for Mr. Baron Labosco, it's going to wrap it up from Phoenix, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.